Hi, my name is Mikayla, and I am a grade 10 student at Oak Bay High School. In English 10 this year, we studied Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. This assignment is about a certain passage, the significance of it, and how it reflects the theme of the play. The passage I chose reflects the tragic theme of Romeo and Juliet because it has dramatic irony and dramatic reactions to life and death. Also in this video, I will be talking about Shakespeare's life and times. William Shakespeare was an English poet, playwright, and actor in the 16th century. When he was 18, he married Anne Hathaway, and they had 3 children, Susanna, Hamnet, and Judith. His theater was called the Globe, and they had 3 different flags to say which kind of plays were being shown. White meant comedy, black meant tragedy, and red meant political. One flag was shown at the playhouse at all times. It was a picture of the Greek god Atlas holding the world, and underneath it said, "All the world is a playhouse." His acting troupe was named by King James I, and they were called the King's Men. An interesting fact about Shakespeare is that his vocabulary was 29,000 words, and the average university student is only 14,000. This can make some of his plays hard to understand. Another issue we can have trying to understand Shakespeare is that the words he used have changed meaning in the 500 years since he wrote them. For example, proper meant handsome and cousin meant kinsman or friend. Another interesting fact is that Shakespeare is the second most quoted writer in the English language, after the writers of the Bible. Shakespeare is still popular around the world even today because of his powerful language and the timelessness of his stories. Also, it was around the 16th century when education became more common and increased the number of readers, creating more opportunities for the public to read his work. The play Romeo and Juliet is the tragic story of 2 teenagers from conflicting families who fall in love. One of the main themes in Romeo and Juliet is tragic love, and it can be seen in many passages in the play. A passage where you can see this theme is in Act 5, Scene 1, lines 17 through 57. This is when Balthazar comes to inform Romeo of Juliet's fake death. But Balthazar thinks she's actually dead, and Romeo doesn't know the truth. Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it. You, oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my office, sir. No matter, get thee gone and hire those horses. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. It reflects the theme of the play because of Romeo's tragic reaction and the drastic measures he takes. This scene is important because it shows a tragic effect of Romeo's banishment after the fatal conflict between the Capulets and the Montagues. The effect is tragic because if Romeo had never been banished, he would have known the friar's plan to put Juliet in a death-like sleep to help her escape to Mantua to be with him. After this scene, Romeo takes drastic and eventually fatal measures that end in the deaths of the star-crossed lovers. This passage is so tragic because Romeo's dramatic reaction and his decision that he would rather die than live in a world without Juliet. It is stressing and tragic for the audience because they know the friar's plan to help get Juliet to Romeo in Mantua, but Romeo did not get the letters to inform him. This is one of the most significant and pivotal passages in the play. It is so important because without it, Romeo would not have gotten the poison to kill himself, and Juliet would not have killed herself after his death. Romeo and Juliet is such an iconic play because of the tragic and forbidden nature of Romeo and Juliet's love. It is passages like Act 5, Scene 1, lines 17 through 57 that illustrate that and help to create the timeless and iconic love story. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed my video.